become Paramashiva. I won't rest. Don't worry at all. To all my disciples, I give you this as a boon. I'll swallow everything with which you are stuck and liberate you all. Time itself is nothing but your decision to struggle with the same rut. Your decision to struggle with the same rut is time, Kala. Your decision to swallow time is Kala Bhairava. Stand. Be a conscious woman or man. Be conscious being. Shrink the time through conscious will persistence. Make the future into present by being ferocious with yourself. Your consciousness has power at this moment to swallow, digest, clean up all negativity and all toxins. Develop a powerful will persistence. That's the most important asset for life. I am not giving you some life positive blah blah. I am giving you the facts of life. I am triggering your consciousness. The moment you decide, your consciousness is the supreme identity you have. You will not empower your depression, your frustration, your problems, whether it is simple headache or depression or the worst suicidal patterns or life negativity, only through consciousness. Don't go for any other solution. Don't keep stupid, toxic, life negative struggles inside. I'm your Guru. I will make you enlightened. It's my commitment. Till you become Paramashivam, I won't rest. Don't worry at all. I'm your Guru. I will make you enlightened. It's my commitment. Till you become Paramashivam, I won't rest. Don't worry at all. To all my disciples, I give you this as a boon. I'll swallow everything with which you are stuck and liberate you all. Time itself is nothing but your decision to struggle with the same rut. Your decision to struggle with the same rut is time, Kala. Your decision to swallow time is Kala Bhairava. Stand. Be a conscious woman or man. Be conscious being. shrink the time through conscious will persistence. Make the future into present by being ferocious with yourself.
Nityanandam Paramasukadam Kevalam Jnanamurtim Dvandvatitam Gagana Sadisham Tattvamasyaadilaksham Ekam Nityam Vimalamachalam Sarvadi Sakshibhutam Bhavatitam Tigunarahitam Sadgurum Tam Namami. Nityanandam, we welcome all Kailasa-vasis attending from Kailasa monasteries, gurukuls, temples, ashrams, and centers from around the world. We welcome all the Nityananda TV, Kailasa TV, Hinduism Now TV, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube viewers, and all those blessed to have Nana Diksha two-way video conferencing and who are joining us today for today's program. We welcome all of you in today's pre-satsang hosting segment, and we'll be starting with a brief introduction to the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Jagat Guru Mahasanidhanam, His Divine Holiness, Bhagavan Nityananda Paramashivam, is the reviver of Kailasa, a macrocosmic, ancient, enlightened Hindu civilizational nation. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism is the 1008th incarnation of Paramashiva, recognized by his predecessors who are enlightened masters and adepts. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism has made the science of power manifestation, yoga, and temple-based lifestyle, temple-based universities, a lifestyle for humanity. Before 1981, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism was identified as the 1008th incarnation of Paramashiva by spiritual masters, enlightened masters of Hinduism. In 1981, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism was initiated into Bala Sannyas and performed his first Chaturmasyam Vratam at the age of 3. In 1988, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism was coronated as the future Guru Mahasanidhanam or Pontiff of Thondai Mandala Adinam, the oldest monastic university. On 24th May 1994, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism was elected and declared as the successor of Arunachala Surangapitha by Guru Parampara. In 1999, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism founded Nityananda Sangha to revive Kailasa internationally. In 1999, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism was coronated as the Guru Mahasanidhanam of Kashi Sarvangapitham. On 4th November 2002, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism founded Adi Kailasa Sarvangapitham. On 1st January 2004, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism was declared as the successor of Bhagyanagra Sripura Sarvangapitham. On 31st December 2004, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism was declared as the incumbent emperor of Suryavamsa Sunangi Samrajyam of Suryavamsa lineage. In the year 2007, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism was declared as the Guru Mahasanidhanam of Adi Pallava Sarangapitha. In the same year, in 2007, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism was declared as the Mahamandaleshwara of Mahanirvani Akhada. On 27th April 2012, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism was coronated as the 293rd Guru Mahasanidhanam of Madurai, Shamla Pitha Sarvangapitha, the oldest Hindu papal state and monastic kingdom. In the year 2013, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism was officially coronated as the Mahamandaleshwara, Supreme Spiritual Head of Mahanirvani Akhada, the largest apex monastic order. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism was the youngest Mahamandaleshwara during this coronation. In the same year, in 2013, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism was declared as the Acharya Mahamandaleshwara of the Atal Akhada, the oldest monastic order in Hinduism, by Acharya Mahamandaleshwara Sukadevananda Ji, the then incumbent spiritual head. In 2014, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism was coronated as the Guru Mahasanidhanam of Tanjore Adinam. In 2014, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism was also coronated as the Guru Mahasanithanam of Tiruvaru Adinam. He was also coronated as the Guru Mahasanithanam of Vedaranyam Adinam and as the Guru Mahasanithanam of Panchanadikulam Adinam. In the year 2015, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism was coronated as the Guru Mahasanithanam of Dharma Mukti Swargapuram Adinam. He was also coronated in the same year in 2015 as the Guru Mahasanithanam of Adi Pitha Kuladammat. And in 2015, he was elected as the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism by a congregation of over 1,000 spiritual leaders or pontiffs. Now, let us look at some of the global initiatives of Kailasa. 28 years of relentless humanitarian services and initiatives, including free vegetarian food, medical services, natural disaster relief, women empowerment initiatives, conflict resolution and peace initiatives, sustainable Hindu practices through various international agencies and bodies. The following pictures show a small glimpse of the enormous work done by the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism throughout the 28 years of relentless hard work and providing humanitarian services and various services through Kailasa and its various international agencies and bodies. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism has authored more than 300 books and written more than 10,000 articles in 3 languages, English, Tamil, and Sanskrit, which have been translated into more than 50 languages with over 1,000 titles. Over 20 million copies, books, articles have been sold, read, and downloaded. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism has established the world's largest Hindu library with over 1 million books, 1 million palm leaf scriptures, and over 20 million digital books. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism is revered as the most prolific, most viewed guru in the digital world. He is read and watched by over 1 billion followers in Hinduism. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism has delivered more than 10,000 hours of discourses which have gathered over 1 billion views on the social media. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism is respected as commentator of all sacred scriptures such as Upanishads, Bhagavad Gita, Shiva Sutras, Yoga Sutras, Ashtavakra Gita, Jain Sutras, etc. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism is honored as leader of Hinduism, the most awarded internationally recognized Hindu leader. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism is acclaimed as one of the top 100 spiritually influential living personalities by Watkins, Mind, Body, Spirit magazine. The Sovereign Order of Kailasa, led by the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Bhagavan Paramashivam and NITHYANANDA Order of Monks, Nuns, and Hindu Diaspora, are working for global peace and to give superconscious breakthrough to humanity. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism is the establisher of the largest Hindu university in the world with satellite campuses in 150 countries. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism is the establisher of over 1,000 Kailasa enlightenment ecosystems. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism is the founder and reviver of over 100 Sarvanga Peethams. So this was a small, brief introduction to the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism. We'll continue with the further segments of today's pre-satsang hosting. Please stay tuned. We'll be right back. Thank you.
You're giving breaks every time.
Yeah, please, yeah. It's not like compulsory.
I'm your guru. I will make you enlightened. It's my commitment. Till you become Paramashiva. I won't rest. Don't worry at all.
Welcome back. In this segment, we'll be looking at world today and the situation of poverty in world, especially after the COVID-19 pandemic. About 9% of the world, or 689 million people, live in extreme poverty on less than a day or $1.9 a day. 430 million people will be living in extreme poverty by 2030, as per projections by ODI.org. That's 30 million more than last year's projection, which is an increase by 7.5%. This increase in projection by 7.5% is because of COVID pandemic and situations around the COVID pandemic. 1.3 billion people live in multidimensional poverty, of which 32% are under 10 years of age and about 50% are children. The following data is from UNDP. COVID-19 has doubled poverty rate in many parts of the world. COVID-19 has put us in a risk where 500 million people can be pushed into poverty. Additional people have been pushed in poverty due to a 20% income drop caused by COVID-19 recession. People are struggling to cope up with the pandemic. The poverty rate has jumped to 42% in 2020, whereas it was 21% in 2018. Average per capita household expenditure of extreme poor has decreased by 45%, which means almost half the expenditure of poor households have become almost half. Strategies, the households have been forced to adopt various strategies to cope up with the pandemic, such as 48% have resorted to borrowing, 32% are relying on their savings, 27% have reduced expenditure on non-food items, 27% have been forced to change their dietary patterns involuntarily, and 16% have resorted to donations from friends and relatives. 689 million people live in extreme poverty, surviving on less than $1.9 a day. Children and youth account for 2/3 of the world's poor, and women represent a majority in most regions. Extreme poverty is increasingly concentrated in sub-Saharan Africa. About 40% of the region's people live on less than $1.9 a day. Extreme poverty rates nearly doubled in the Middle East and North Africa between 2015 and 2018, from 3.8% to 7.2%, mostly because of crises in Syria and Yemen. Although countries impacted by fragility, crises, and violence are home to about nearly 10% of world's population, they account for more than 40% of people living in extreme poverty. By 2030, an estimated 67% of world's poor will be living in fragile contexts. About 70% of people older than 50 who live in extreme poverty have no schooling or only some basic education. 1.3 billion people in 107 developing countries, which account for 22% of the world's population, live in multidimensional poverty. About 84% of multidimensionally poor live in sub-Saharan Africa and South Asia. 644 million children are experiencing multidimensional poverty. More than 500 million have been pushed further into extreme poverty due to healthcare costs. COVID-19 pandemic threatens to reverse years of progress in the fight against global poverty and income inequalities, and it jeopardizes the future of a generation of children. COVID-19 drove an additional 97 million people into extreme poverty in 2020, according to World Bank estimates. More than a year into the pandemic, the World Bank stresses that there is still much we don't know concerning its impact on global poverty in the year 2022. The impact of COVID-19 rising global inequality, and soaring food prices are set to send more than a quarter billion people into poverty this year, according to charity group Oxfam International. The combined hit may result in a total of 860 million people living below the $1.9 a day line by the end of 2022, or 263 million more than the projection before the pandemic. That's equivalent to the entire population of UK, France, Germany, and Spain combined. $3.7 million more children in poverty in January 2022. The monthly child poverty rate increased from 12% in December 2021 to 17% in January 2022, the highest rate since the end of 2020. The 4.9% point increase in poverty represents 3.7 million more children in poverty. In 2015, children in Africa accounted for 25% of global poverty. It is projected by 2030, children in Africa will account for 43% of global poverty unless we do something about it. Working poverty affects as many as 169 million youth in the world. The number increases to 286 million if the near poor are included. About 152 million young workers live in households that are below the poverty line. They comprise 20% of all working poor. Globally, large number of young people are out of school and engaged in child labor. About 1/10 of the total child population, that is 168 million children aged between 5 to 17 years, were involved in child labor. In developing countries, an estimated 2/3 of the youth are not fulfilling their economic potential. Poverty and violence. Poverty is widely believed to cause violence. The relationship between the two can be understood by the cycle of violence. Almost all the 39 countries that have suffered civil wars since the year 2000 have also had one in the previous 3 decades. People in these countries are also more than twice as likely to be malnourished, 3 times as likely to miss school, and twice as likely to die in infancy. The United Nations reports that countries that suffer large-scale violence lose almost 1% in poverty reduction each year. It is often claimed that the crime rate among poor people is rising. But is this poverty really the mother of crime? First and foremost, it is quite apparent that many poor people become criminals because they have nothing to lose. So they don't think about the consequences of their offenses. There are many poor people all over the world who have nothing to eat. The only way to get some food is shoplifting. In addition, the crime rate in poor countries is normally higher. According to UNICEF, 22,000 children die each day due to poverty, more than 3 each second. In the time it took for us to read this paragraph, 3 more children died. With this, we come to the end of this segment about poverty, the situation of poverty and the crises that the world is going through right now. Now, in the next segment, we'll be looking at the solutions. Please stay tuned.
I'm your Guru. I will make you enlightened. It's my commitment. Till you become Paramashiva, I won't rest. Don't worry at all. To all my disciples, I give you this as a boon. I'll swallow everything with which you are stuck and liberate you all.
Welcome back. Now we'll be looking at Kailasa's solutions. Kailasa's Ishanya project. Humanity as a modern society have already reached a state of technology and infrastructure to provide food, clothing, and medical care for all 8 billion people calling planet Earth as home. Unfortunately, our decision makers have not reached the necessary conscious levels to make the humanitarian decisions of providing basic needs for all 8 billion people. The survival needs for all 8 billion people doesn't depend on availability of housing and food, but rather on conscious level of decision makers. It is only consciousness we lack, nothing else. Now let us look at the world today at a glimpse. In these 4 dimensions. First, food wastage. One side dumps tons of food to the waste in oceans and landfills in order to maintain steady prices. On the other side, millions die of hunger. Second, medical equipment wastage. One side dumps functioning medical equipment for new models. The other side, millions die without access to the very basic medical equipments. Third, cloth wastage. One side dumps millions of tons of barely worn clothes into the ocean. The other side struggles for basic clothing. Fourth, home and shelter wastage. One side faces home foreclosures and empty, locked homes. The other side faces homelessness in the millions. Now let us look at all these one by one, starting with food wastage. One side, 1/3 food wastage versus 35 million affected by food poverty. 1/3 of the food produced in the world for human consumption every year, approximately 1.3 billion tons, gets lost or wasted. Food losses and waste amount to roughly 680 billion US dollars in industrialized countries and 310 billion US dollars in developing countries. 155 million people in 55 countries or regions faced a food crisis in 2021, adding the number as of now has increased to 265 million due to COVID-19 epidemic. Even if just 1/4 of the food currently lost or wasted globally could be saved, it would be enough to feed 870 million hungry people in the world. 35 million people are dying from hunger worldwide. A child dies from hunger every 10 seconds. Poor diets are linked to 20% of all deaths worldwide. Medical equipment wastage. One side, 5.25 billion discarded equipment. Other side, no medical care for 100 million. US medical waste will attain 5.25 billion US dollars by 2027. Among regulated and unregulated clinical waste, around 80 to 85% can be reused. Unused supplies in medical facilities are often discarded unnecessarily rather than stored for later use, adding even more unnecessary garbage being carted away to landfills. Reprocessing industry is saving 15 million pounds of medical waste from landfills and reducing cost to hospitals and surgical centers by over 544 million US dollars. The world's poorest countries are paying some of the highest drug prices, with everyday medicines costing up to 13 times more than in rich nations. Half the world lacks access to essential health services. 100 million still pushed into extreme poverty because of health expenses. Cloth wastage. One side, 59,000 tons of clothes are wasted. Other side, cloth poverty affecting 1/8 of the population. 100 billion garments are produced each year, with 33% going to landfills. Every year, 59,000 tons of used and unsold clothes end up in Chile from all over the world. Every 10 minutes, an estimated 6,000 kilos of clothing and textiles are dumped in landfills. 1 in 8 children live without basic clothes. 1 billion children worldwide are multidimensionally poor without access to basic accessories. 22,000 children die each day due to unhygiene around the world. Vacant home and shelters. One side, 42 million vacant homes. On the other side, 20% of the population are homeless. The world has millions of vacant homes. 42 million of its 426 million homes are vacant. Roughly 1 in 10 homes in advanced economies are empty. Japan has topped in a list of nations with the highest percentage of vacant homes, with 13% of its dwelling not lived in. 1.3 million are in Canada. 27% increase in homelessness is likely due to the economic impacts of COVID-19. More than 1/3 of all people facing homelessness services are women and children. For the last 5 years, core homelessness has been rising year on year worldwide. Homeless people are over 9 times more likely to take their own life than the general population. 78% of homeless people report having a physical health condition, 44% of them having mental health diagnosis, and 41% use drugs and alcohol to cope with mental health issues. Kailasa's aim is to raise the consciousness level in the world and bring to the fore the real issues facing the world, and through a specialized process of recycling, facilitating the movement of good quality unwanted items from the have to the haves not. This Chaturmasya, 4 months from July to October 2022 alone, the target set by the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism is 1 crore people should practice Samadhi to raise their consciousness, and 1 crore people should be pulled out of poverty. This is Kailasa's aim and the vision of our beloved Guru, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Bhagavan Paramashivam. Now, there are threefold benefits. For donors, it is a great boon to provide to those in need. For the world, recycling removes a lot of hazardous material from nature, adding to a cleaner environment. For those in need, millions of people around the world will be alive and raised out of poverty, hunger, and inadequate health practices due to lack of medical facilities. It's a win-win-win situation. Over the last 27 years, Sri Kailasa has built a network of legal entities in 140 countries around the world, holding charity status in 118 of these countries. In many countries, Sri Kailasa's entities are registered distributors as well, meaning we can manage the entire process end to end. We will make full use of this network to collect clothing, medical equipment, and food material from the developed nations, transport them, and distribute it to countries and regions in need, with all transportation and distribution expenses sponsored by Sri Kailasa. Now let us look at the process. First, collection of clothing, medical equipment, and food stuff from various countries around the world. Second, quality control and processing of received goods. Third, distribution of good quality clothing, medical equipment, and food to the countries in need. With this, we come to the end of this segment of today's Speech Satsang hosting segment. We'll be moving on to the next segment. Please stay tuned. We'll be right back.
I'm your Guru. I will make you enlightened. It's my commitment. Till you become Paramashiva, I won't rest. Don't worry at all. To all my disciples, I give you this as a boon. I'll swallow everything with which you are stuck and liberate you all. Time itself is nothing but your decision to struggle with the same rut. Your decision to struggle with the same rut is time, Kala. Your decision to swallow time is Kala Bhairava. Stand. Be a conscious woman or man. Be conscious being. Shrink the time through conscious will persistence. Make the future into present by being ferocious with yourself.
Welcome back. Now let us look to solutions to overcome poverty. Create wealth. Life can be equated to two things. One, ability to achieve what you want in the inner world or outer world. Two, just getting stuck in both the worlds. These are the only two equations. Everybody wants wealth, but they do not increase the life in them to the level they want it. Wealth can be equated to life energy you express. It is a straight equation because as of now, a normal man has wealth as a first priority in life. So if you do not have wealth, don't blame anybody. You are not expressing life in you. Life energy is not happening in you. Creating wealth is intrinsic part of life. Krishna says very beautifully in Gita, Ghano karmano gatidi. The universe by its nature works. If you have at least the goal of creating wealth, you will be creative. Your energy will be channeled properly. The first priority in life should be for moksha, enlightenment. Till that happens, the second priority can be creating wealth. Creating wealth makes you non-violent because your whole energy becomes creative. Creating wealth brings tremendous interest in life and non-violence. Wealth is not just an object or a thing to be achieved. Wealth is an extension of you. Anything that adds to you is wealth. The quality of health you enjoy, the state of your relationships, the fulfillment of your experiences in your career, your mental state, your sense of inner fulfillment. All these are measures of the success with which you have created wealth in your life. Wealth is not even just money or currency. Money is one wealth. Currency is one wealth. The assets are one wealth. Being alive, active is one wealth. all the four put together is wealth: money, currency, assets, being active. Wealth is neither bad nor good. It is a utility. Wealth consciousness makes making a clear decision to break out of the myths and mental patterns that impoverish us and draw us again and again into the poverty cycle. You manifest what you believe. You don't manifest your desires, you manifest your cognitions. Your cognitions are what you cognize and perceive as reality. Many of us say, I desire wealth, but deep down, we believe wealthy people are arrogant people, bad people. They do a lot of wrong things. If we believe wealthy people are arrogant, bad, wrong, they do many wrong things, they exploit others. If you have that belief, how are you going to manifest wealth in your life? Let us now look at all the beliefs we carry about wealth. Common belief 1: wealthy people are arrogant, bad people. We carry deep resistance of wealth, leading to not accumulating wealth, and even if we accumulate, we carry guilt of wealth. Truth is, arrogance does not come by wealth. Arrogant people will be arrogant whether they have wealth or not. Arrogant means behaving as if you are more important than or know more than others. But we strongly associate wealth to arrogance, create a pattern, and start hating wealth as well, the same way we hate arrogance. Another common belief is poverty is good. Deep inside us, we label poverty as good quality. We feel reverence and respect for poverty. How are we going to generate wealth then? Handling wealth is more responsibility. We may feel uncomfortable. Whatever I want, I will not get it. Maybe you came to this conclusion by looking at some wealthy people who did not have any time for themselves. Anything you cognize, you create a certain energy field about your cognition. You attract situations, people, everything around you to make that cognition into reality. All you need is will persistence. Your decision, you are not going to give up. Your intention is will persistence. You may be desiring to have wealth, but you may not be believing, perceiving, and cognizing it as your possibility. The first and foremost important step we need to do is create an energy field of attracting wealth. First step is to clean up the incompletions and patterns you carry about wealth and create a right space, a powerful magnetic energy center in you to attract wealth, situations, and people that support you to create wealth like magnetic energy center for manifesting wealth the way you want. Dig out all the incompletions about money. Keep writing whatever comes to your mind. The moment you remember money, does it bring tremendous pain, suffering, impossibility, all that in you? What is the emotion or energy it invokes in you? The moment you think of money, whatever you feel and think, money is difficult, money is impossible, unless you cheat, you can't get money. Even if you cheat somebody, somebody else will cheat from you. So much goes on inside you about money, your incompletions with money. Just spend a few minutes and let's dig out all the incompletions, beliefs, mental patterns we have, perceptions, cognitions we have about money. The moment you think of money, whatever you feel and think, money is difficult, money is impossible, money is, unless you cheat, you can't get money. Even if you cheat, somebody will cheat from you. So much goes on inside you about money, your incompletions with money. Just spend few minutes and pen down. Let's dig out all the incompletions, beliefs, mental patterns we have, perceptions, beliefs, and cognitions we have about money. Each belief or cognition starts from a particular incident. Identify the incidents when the wrong or incomplete beliefs about wealth started forming in you. Relive and relieve. Complete those incompletions. Go back to the same age when the incident happened, when the idea belief or perception started building in you. Now coming to the second step. Second step is to consciously decide what you want to manifest in next 3 months in the wealth dimension. Write clearly what is your intention. What is it you want to manifest in next 3 months in the field of wealth? Whatever you think as wealth, you may think more than money, currency, a person as a wealth for your life, or situation as wealth for your life, or for someone being active. People feel even extraordinary powers as your wealth. Whatever you consider as your wealth, you want to manifest, attract in next 3 months, please pen them down. So with this, we come to the conclusion of the segment on solutions to poverty and how to manifest wealth. Now, a very important and quick reminder, Paramashivoham level 3. August starts from August 15 up until 4th September. After 3 years, the most awaited program with the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Paramashivoham, is an immersive 21-day awakening event to teach you the science of manifesting the ultimate consciousness in you. This Paramashivoham manifests the deeper experiences of 25 states of consciousness, vertical time zones, power manifestation. Join us for this grand event by registering at kailasa.org/Paramashivoham. With this, we come to the end of today's pre-satsang hosting segment. Let us now prepare ourselves for today's alive satsang. Let us now enter into meditation. Let us please sit with our head, neck, spine in a straight line, hands together, and let us chant the Mahavakya to receive our beloved Guru, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Bhagavan Nithyanda Paramashivam. Om Nityananda Paramashivoham.
Paramashivoham. Om Nityananda 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 Paramashivoham. Paramashivoham. Om Nityananda Paramashivoham. Om Nityananda Paramashivoham. I bless you all. Let you all open all your three eyes and manifest the powers of Mahasadashiva. Om Nityananda Paramashivoham. 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 Om Nityananda नित्यानन्देश्वर परमशिवसमारम्भाम् नित्यानन्देश्वरि परमशिवशक्तिमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्ताम् वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्. I welcome you all with my love and respect. I welcome everyone with my love and respect. The message from Paramashiva, directly from Kailasa. Samadhi and feeling connection empowers your Divya Sarira. Empowering your Divya Sarira is the ultimate productivity of your happening in planet Earth. Listen. Today I am going to speak fully in English. Meena Joshi, full English satsang. Because yesterday I spoke a lot in Tamil. So today, full English satsang. Listen. Listen to what I am saying. Your body, physical body, carries the consciousness. I use new word called Divya Sarira. Consciousness wearing this body is Divya Sarira. That consciousness getting more and more empowered. When that consciousness gets empowered, you don't feel suffocated by physical body and its limitations. Shiv Pandit, I'll heal you. I saw some wound in your right ears. I'll heal you completely. Listen. If your Divya Sarira, the consciousness which is holding your body, if that is empowered, you don't feel suffocated, limited, reduced by your body. Please listen. Body limiting your possibility makes you feel suffocated. Not only the great powerful cognitions and understandings about the secrets of the cosmos, all spiritual practices are focused with the purpose of empowering your Divya Sarira. Listen. Yesterday's satsang, I gave you one truth. If you rest in samadhi, you will see everything in your life is complementing your different aspects. The wealth you earn, or the money you spend, the relationships getting added in your life, or people leaving from your life, comforts and wealth, artha getting added or leaving, the higher values, understandings getting added to you, and middle class values leaving you, everything, if you see, it just complements your expansion. If you get terrorized by your life, suffocated by your life without understanding, if you feel everything is chaos, everything is falling apart, due to your inner restlessness, you feel whole life is complication and incompletion. I tell you, nothing falls apart, everything falls in place. Nothing in life falls apart, everything in life falls in place. All of you should know, I don't teach the shit called positive thinking. No. First of all, I don't believe in that shit, and I don't teach that. I teach you reality. I teach you the truth. You are intensely brainwashed by suffocating ideas about life by media and the so-called human society. Whenever I sit in samadhi and watch, I see clearly everything is so auspicious. Not only I see it, when I see life as auspicious, my Divya Sarira gets so empowered. It just manifests powers and miracles. Every time when I reveal the higher truths, it empowers your inner space. It empowers your very being. Empowering your Divya Sarira is the job I do day in and day out. See, in Hindu tradition, after 60, once you cross the age of 60, you are expected to take Vanaprastha. That is, what is that? At the age of 60, they do a ritual. You marry the same person second time. Only in Hindu tradition, you marry the same person 4 times. First, during your marriage, then when you are 60, then when you are 70, then when you are 80, then when you are 100. Very rarely people live as a couple together till 100. At the age of 60, you are expected to take Vanaprastha. See, by 60, both of you have become new. That is why one more marriage. Because now you guys are going to live a new kind of a relationship, new kind of a coexistence. After 60, Your whole focus is to empower your Divya Sarira. You may be retired, but you will not be tired. When you start empowering your Divya Sarira, you should be retired by 60 and you should not be tired. Actually, many people ask me, what is the reason for the collapse of Hindu civilization? One of the main reasons I will give is the people after 60 did not do their responsibility to give back to the society as vanaprasthis. I am not even asking, give me 1 crore youth, youngsters, 1 crore sannyasis. I am asking, give me 1 crore retired people, Hindus. I just want 1 crore retired Hindus who lived their life all over after 60. If 1 crore Hindus commit after 60 and retirement, whatever society gave them, they will start giving back only by sharing their talent. See, I am not asking after 60 the wealth of the Hindus, no. I am not asking wealth of the Vanaprasthis, no. I am only asking after 60, Vanaprasthi Hindus should share their talent. I don't expect their treasure. I don't even expect their full time. No. If they just share their talent and give consultancy,
பறவையாய் பாம்பாகி கல்லா மனிதராய் பேயாய் கணங்களாய் வல்லசுரராகி முனிவராய் தேவராய் செல்லார் இந்த தாவர சங்கமத்துள் எல்லா பிறப்பும் பிறந்திழைத்தேன் எம்பெருமான் மெய்யே உன் பொன்னடிகள் கண்டு இன்று வீடுற்றேன் மெய்யே உன் பொன்னடிகள் கண்டு இன்று வீடுற்றேன் சரீரத்தில் வாதின் முனில் போற்ற வேண்டும் அதனால் திசை கொடு உம்மையாட்கொண்டவா கையாளும் ஈசா கற்புரிய திவ்ய சரீரத்தில் வாதின் முனில் போற்ற வேண்டும் அதனால் திசை கொடு உம்மையாட்கொண்டவா சிந்தி தெளிவித்தவா வாழ்வுதனை சித்தமயமாக்கவா ஔஷதம் தந்தவா உடல்நிலை விடும் பொறுமை தந்தருளவா சிந்தி தெளிவித்தவா வாழ்வுதனை சித்தமயமாக்கவா தந்தவா உடல்நிலை விடும் பொறுமை தந்தருளவா ஊருயிர் குறைந்திடும் பேருயிரும் நீ அறியவா கையாளும் ஈசா அருப்புரிய திவ்ய சரீரத்தில் வாடின் உடல் போற்ற வேண்டும் அதனால் திசை கொடு எமையாட்கொண்டவா திறனே தேற்றத் தெளிவே என் சிந்தனையுள் ஊற்றான உன்னாரமுதே உடையானே. கலியுகம் மரணில் இருளது நீங்க தீபமாய் எழுந்த ஜோதி ஸ்வரூபா. ஆணவம் அழித்து முக்தி தந்திட மலையாகி நின்ற அருணாச்சலன். மானிட ரூபம் தரித்தவா படைத்து காத்து மறை கழித்து அருளிடவே பரம ஞானம் தன்னை இறை ரூபம் கொண்ட நித்யானந்தனை அருளிடவா. கோவிலை வேண்டும் என்று பார்க்கடல் கடைந்த போது அதில் வரும் நஞ்சை உண்டு பக்தரை காத்து நின்றார். சிவ 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 ஓம் நம சிவாய ஓம் ஹர ஹர என சத்தம் படைக்கும். ஓம் சிவ சிவாய ஓம் நம சிவாய ஓம் தகதிமி என தாளம் முழங்கும். நாளும் ஈசா அருள்புரிய திவ்ய சரீரத்தில் வாடின் புரிந்து கொள்ள வேண்டும். அதனால் திசை கொடு எம்மையாட்கொண்டவா.
Om. Listen. Listen very carefully. Empowering your Divya Sarira. It's one of the greatest signs available only in Hinduism. At the age of 60, if you start, within 3 years, by 63, you will achieve Anubhuti. Maximum you need 3 years only. And you don't need a whole day. Maybe morning 2.5 hours and evening 2.5 hours. The practice, this science was revived and spread to the world in the name of Siddha Vidya by Shivananda Paramahamsa from Kerala. That science is from the same thing which I am talking. See what I am talking. Empowering your Divya Sarira is the language of Vedas and Agamas. The same science Shivananda Paramahamsa used in local language and gave it as Siddha Vidya. Shivananda Paramahamsa can make anyone achieve Jiva Samadhi within 3 years. He revived the same science but gave the local terms, the local language terms, technical terms. What I am calling empowering Divya Sarira, he calls as Siddha Vidya. See, in Tamil there is a proverb, Aanai unda velangani bol, means if you give the velangani English names, there is a fruit. If you give that fruit to elephant, actually I'll describe that fruit will have like a shell. Inside that skin portion, the flesh portion, elephant will not make a hole, but that flesh portion, it will suck it out. Still, no one is able to find the mystery, how it is possible. If you give that fruit, Vilambaram, I'll find the English name. Elephant will take in its trunk. In maybe 2 or 3 seconds, it will give the shell to you. if you do any level research on the shell, even with Meena Joshi's eyes, you won't find a hole or you won't find the crack. You will be shocked, surprised how elephant took the whole fruit and ate and gave you the shell. It's called wood apple in English. If you give the wood apple to elephant, it will just take the whole fruit and give you the shell back without any crack or hole. This is exactly Siddha Vidya will do to you. Your whole inner space, Divya Sarira, Atma, will be gone to Paramatma without any damage to your body. That Paramatma will start residing and breathing in you. So even when you leave the body, your body will not show any symptoms of death. See, Siramjivi, in Sanskrit we have the word Siranjivi, means eternally, who lives eternally. That word you should understand. Siramjivi, who lives in the head, who lives in the third eye, who lives in the Sahasrara. Sirattile Jeevippavan Siranjivi. This science of empowering your Divya Sarira, actually you don't need more than 3 years. 3 years is the maximum. It's a 2.5 hours practice. Our Agamas give a very detailed manual. And Shivananda Paramahamsa had a enlightenment, revelation, the same science, empowering the Divya Sarira. He shared it to the whole world in the name of Siddha Vidya. He has done an amazing job. I can say very comfortably, he made at least 1 lakh people achieve Jiva Samadhi. Listen. After 60, I am not asking you to give your time, give your treasure. I am only asking, do this empowering your Divya Sarira for 3 years wherever you are. And give your talent like consultancy to Hinduism. What will happen, you will take the next birth consciously from the time you are born. You will be an enlightened being. I just want 1 crore people. See, let me be very clear. I am looking at reviving the enlightened civilization. I am not looking at just some 10,000 people getting enlightened or some 1 lakh people achieving Jiva Samadhi. I am looking at nations living this enlightenment and manifesting powers. Making this as a lifestyle. Third eye will be more common than 2 eyes. Listen. Yesterday I uttered a few Tamil words. If you hear them, the satsang, how to make a person who is in samadhi to settle in the body, those statements are directly from Shivananda Paramahamsa. If we can inspire 1 crore retired Hindus to practice this empowering Divya Sarira. Just for 3 years. 3 years is the too much time. Human body will become like Anayunda Vilambaram. The shell you are carrying will become empty, and inside there will be only Paramashiva. Your Divya Sarira will be so powerful. You will walk out of your body when you want, and you will sit in Jiva Samadhi as long as you want, and you will take the rebirth as you want. Or you may just sit in Samadhi forever. Whatever you do after that will be so good for the humanity and Hindu civilization. I actually wanted to start this project called Retired but Not Tired and Graceful Exit in Kashi. Soon you will see I will be announcing the project. After 60, anyone can come and stay 3 years, only focused on spiritual practice. And the remaining time you can do seva as a consultancy. No physical work, consultancy seva. You can give counseling, ideas, all that for all our Kailasas, different campuses, guide them. Just consultancy seva through Zoom call. Soon I'll launch this project, Graceful Exit. Retired but not tired. Just 3 years. But I want 1 crore people. I want this to spread all over the world. This time, being in Samadhi, I've clearly brought the system from Kailasa. Very practical. Livable, which will become directly reality. Now let me give you some of the truths and start empowering your Divya Sarira. First thing, consciously understanding the synergy with which your body is functioning. Celebrating your existence. Patrick Pinus, you will be healed. Don't worry. Patrick Pinus, you will be healed. Now listen. Any spiritual practice brings result based on why you are doing it. The reason which convinced you to do that practice brings result. Listen. If you are told break a coconut for Ganesha, you will pass in exam. And if you go and break the coconut for Ganesha, you will pass an exam. But if you are told the same coconut, break it as a symbol of breaking your ego, incompletions. With that reason and intention, break the coconut. You will have unclutching. And if you go and do with this reason, with this cause, and break the coconut, you will have unclutching. Listen. All spiritual practices bring results based on the reason you have been given, the cause which makes you, inspires you to do that practice. That is why from whom you get initiation is very important. I can make you enlightened just by keeping quiet. Because I already made you strongly believe and initiated you. Even if you keep quiet, you will be unclutched and you will become enlightened. So you will even keep quiet with that intention. If I keep quiet, I will become enlightened because Swamiji told me. I have worked so much on your causal body, the reasons for which you do actions. So even if you keep quiet, even if you are relaxed, not doing anything, you will know I am not doing anything and keeping quiet, sitting, because if I do this, I will become enlightened. Swamiji has already told me. The cause brings the result. Listen. Your Divya Sarira gets empowered by powerful reasons. That is why I insist on feeling connection. See, when you feel connected to me, I can put these powerful reasons very casually inside you. So easily I can put that inside you. When you are open to me, I can trigger so many wonderful energies. I can empower so many powerful frequencies, and I can empower your very Divya Sarira existence. Actually, Vinay has sent a beautiful link. This book called Siddha Vedam is available in English. So I'll ask that link to be projected. I will sincerely recommend all of you to read this book. It will do so much good. And he is such a great enlightened being that Shivananda Paramahamsa, he has actually brought the science true to its original reason. Listen, if you do Nadi Sutti and Pranayama, because your lungs will become healthy, you have been told if you do Nadi Sutti and Pranayama, you will become healthy, lose weight. And if you do Nadi Sutti and Pranayama, you will lose weight, you will become healthy, no doubt. But if you have been told, hey, do Nadi Sutti and Pranayama, you will get enlightened. You will start living in your third eye and Sahasrara as a Siranjeevi. You will have Jiva Samadhi, and you start doing the same pranayama. the same time, the same action, same sadhana will bring the result of enlightenment and the powers of third eye, and it will empower your Divya Sarira. Listen. So the cause, reason why, the answer for the why inserted into you for the spiritual practice you need to do plays a major role. Ramesh Ramani is sending a message. Swamiji, my grandmother attained Jiva Samadhi, was initiated by Shivananda Paramahamsa. She and Periyaswami, Chinnaswami were contemporaries. Yes. Ramesh Ramani, not only I know this already, you told me already once, that is one. My father's brother, elder brother, means my Periyappa is also contemporary of your grandmother. My Periyappa also got initiated along with Periyaswami and Chinnaswami. And many people in my family were contemporaries of Periyaswami and Chinnaswami of Gautama Ashramam. And see, this Vidya, this Siddha Vidya is told as empowering Divya Sarira in our Vedagamas. And I should say that the Shivananda Paramahamsa is one of the great happening. Like Ramakrishna Paramahamsa of the north, Shivananda Paramahamsa was one of the great happening in south. Unfortunately, due to this atheism, his Sangha did not take to the level of Ramakrishna mission. Anyhow, it's now our responsibility. Let us take it to the world. Listen. The reason you are taught, the cause about which you are convinced matters. The cause about which you are convinced matters. Ramesh Ramani, at least I have been influenced by 25 people who are directly initiated by Shivananda Paramahamsa. At least 25 people in my family and friends and all that circle. At least 25 people impacted my life. And first time when I saw the book Siddha Vedam in Tamil and started reading when I was, I think, 7 or 8. Because in the house, the book Siddha Vedam was there and all of them used to practice. And my Periyappa, he will always wear only that kaupin, white kaupin, as per that Siddha Vedam tradition, and he will not cut the nail and the hair. And that will be a big problem in the house. But he stood strongly and he achieved Jiva Samadhi. He achieved and my grandmother achieved. And surely he has done a great service. Bhagavan, that Shivananda Paramahamsa of Kerala, he has done an extraordinary service to Hinduism. And he should be given the right credit, which he is not given. See, like Ramakrishna Paramahamsa, Shivananda Paramahamsa should have been given the credit. Unfortunately, it did not. Happen in the past. I think now it's our responsibility. And We should take it to the world and make it happen. Yes. I wanted all of you to read this English book, Siddha Vedam. I am putting the link now. Please, all of you see the link. I sincerely request all of you to read this. I will even speak about this book and give you the quotations from Vedagamic tradition and this book, and how beautifully he has organized. So now, understand this point. The points, the reasons, the ideas with which you have been convinced to do the practice plays an important role. See, for example, now I gave you an example, pranayama. If you have been told by your guru, do pranayama, your lungs will become healthy. You will become healthy. If you do pranayama, you will get only lungs, healthy lungs and health. That's all. Nothing more. But the guru who initiates you, if he says, do pranayama, your divya sarira will get empowered and you will manifest jiva samadhi. And if you do that, you will manifest jiva samadhi. Your divya sarira will get empowered. That is why getting initiated by the right guru is important, and having feeling connection to that right guru is important. If you have a feeling connection with that right guru, he will put the cause, right cause into your being just like that. I tell you, all of you who have a feeling connection with me, I have already put that strong right reasons cause inside you. Even if you just keep quiet, I will be remembering you. There's nothing else you need to do from your side. I have convinced you already with this most powerful cause. Smaranat Arunachalam. If you remember Arunachala, you will be liberated. In my case, once I initiate you, whether you remember me or forget me or whatever, I have taken you over beyond your ability to remember or forget. If you remember, the present time itself will be more blissful, ecstatic, and power manifesting, enjoying, celebrating. If you don't remember, don't worry, you are liberated. When I need to remember you, during the time you leave the body, I need to remember you. Not only I will remember you, I will make sure you remember me. And you will be free. Understand? I have put this powerful cause, reason inside your causal body. The collection of your reasons about what you do, why you do in your life. Now I am coming to the next point. Listen. Your existence, your Divya Sarira is programmed, designed to live huge miracles. Conscious play. I use the word in English, effulgence, tejas. I'll explain the word effulgence, tejas means by its very presence, your Divya Sarira goes on doing miracles. Listen. I wanted to tell you all this truth many times. When something happens in my life, for a few seconds, even I am shocked. Why is this happening? But within next few hours, I can see the whole right reason and the right cause and how it is auspicious and expanding. I will ask Paramashiva, why don't you tell me a little upfront? He will say, hey, we can't give a full script. If I give a full script, you will blurt it out to the people who are around you and they will miss it. The script will be given only everyday shooting. Only during everyday shooting, the script and dialogue will be given. But you should know everything I do, I will do best because I am the director and producer. I say, all right, I know I am in the best hands, the director and producer of the cosmos, that is enough. You give me the script for every shot, that is enough. I don't need to know the whole story and I don't need to have the whole script and whole dialogue. I still remember one beautiful word I heard from my Guru Isaki Swami. He said, "Hey, motta kadaiyum therinja ஆர்வத்துல சொதப்பி வச்சிருவீங்கடா அல்ப பசங்களா போங்கடா." Means if you know the full story and all the dialogue, in the over enthusiasm, you will mess up. Understand? Even for me, Paramashiva gives only the dialogue for that day, the story for that day. But I know for sure I'm in the hands of the ultimate, best, most powerful and most compassionate producer and director. So I just relax. You also do the same. Empowering your Divya Sarira. I tell you, empowering your Divya Sarira gives you the power to take long jumps. It gives energy for long jump. Listen, I think you all need to understand this one truth. Paramashiva gives only that day dialogue, that day actions you need to do. He does not give the full movie script. Because if he gives the full movie script, due to over enthusiasm, we will mess up. And we will try to develop on his script. we will create too many complications. See, the kind of the small vision and small taste we are entertaining, for our level taste and vision, if he gives few days script for us, that's enough. You need only one thing, a beautiful, restful space. My producer and director is not only absolutely powerful, he is absolutely compassionate. There is nothing called giving up on me or leaving me. I am avimukta, never given up. That's all. We don't need a full script of the movie, full script of the Leela. I still remember this really happened. Outside the Adi Kailash, there's a beautiful Ganapati, just on the entrance. That Ganapati is a very living, and he will very casually talk to me. One day, I was going to the Ramnagara court for this false case which they put on me for that hearing. I was standing on that, in front of the gate, in front of the Ganapati, and I was asking him. That day, we were expecting that case will be quashed, that false case. So I asked him, quash that case, we can do a lot of work, a lot of construction need to be done, many work need to be done. This load of these false cases, can you just please clear it up? He was smiling. I became so confident. I thought, it's done today. When I went to the court and attended, and that day it did not get quashed, I came back. And I was standing again in front of the Ganapati and asked, what is this? He smiled widely and said, Chipada, that's all. I simply know that I have to obey and he has a bigger plans. Nothing else. And I simply went inside and as usual I prayed to Kala Bhairava and went and started doing my work. Now I know why. Now I know what was their original plan and what is their original plan. But I tell you, honestly I tell you, at the age of 12, I think just before Isaki Swami left the body, went into Jiva Samadhi, he and my Guru Kupammal, both of them were sitting and they were trying to convince me to accept the property in my guardian's name. I was a minor that time, so they wanted to put me and put one of my somebody as a guardian for me till that property. But because I know the full script, the responsibility that ashram will bring it to me, I did not do what they want. Same way, If I was told that time itself I have to make a nation, either I may not be standing to do what they want, or due to over enthusiasm, I would have done some mess up which will not go as per their plan. I tell you, so how much our brain can hold, that much they reveal. But they have given a very powerful experience that Paramashiva is ultimate power and compassion, and he himself is operating using this human shirt, human clothing. So all of you understand, எனக்கே இதான் கதி, போய் விநாயகர் முன்னாடி என்னையா அப்படின்னு கேட்டா சிப்பா அவ்வளவுதான் சொன்னாரு. Then I just shut all the holes and simply went and started doing my work, what I am supposed to do. So whenever you are complaining, just remember this one word, chipa. It has so many meanings. It means we have our plans and you just cooperate with everyday script. Everyday script and the dialogues will be given to you. Just receive that and enjoy. Understand, many times you mess up and come and tell, sorry, what to do. There are some things where you can't mess up and you can't afford to mess up and come back and tell sorry. That is why Paramashiva does not give a full script. He empowers your Divya Sarira not to collapse is the grace he showers on you. Don't expect, because he is graceful, he has to give the whole script to you. No. Because he is graceful, he has empowered your Divya Sarira for long jumps. Feeling empowered for the long jumps is the grace of Paramashiva. That's a signal that Paramashiva is on you. His grace is on you. Do not expect the whole script to be given. Kailasa Priya is asking, what is the Tamil word? Ganapati said, Echipa. You can't translate this word because it has a multiple meaning. Listen. I remembered very clearly how I messed up when my gurus gave me the full script. Then I decided I should not ask for the full script anymore. And I am happily living. This 3 months samadhi, I actually do not know why they put me in samadhi. Now, I know very clearly they wanted to use this body and radiate lot more things to the world. So they put me in samadhi. Now the body is ready and it is going to do lot more things. Rekha Pathak is messaging. She experienced my presence during her heart procedure. She had a month ago and left it to Paramashiva for outcome. I am healing now. Understand? Rekha Pathak, I am living there. So I will keep it safe, functioning and radiating Paramashiva. I am telling you, today what I revealed, especially with my conversation with Ganesha, you should all contemplate. It's a true thing. Please understand, it's truth. Absolute truth. You should all contemplate on it. How our Divya Sarira is empowered and how right knowledge is given. Actually, I tell you, if giving that day's script can get the best out of you, director giving only that day's script is the right knowledge. Right knowledge does not mean large information. No. It means giving the informations which will produce the result required by the director, which will produce the result director needs. And I tell you, this is what is Atmamurti. I reside in you, give you the knowledge script which you need for the best productivity, best outcome. Paramashiva resides in me and he also gives the script needed for the best productivity. That's all. It is not that he gives the whole script and I also don't ask for it. Because I know he is all powerful and all compassionate. I trust his intelligence and compassion. Just like how I reside in this body, he resides more strongly with a higher frequency in the same body. He resides with more stronger frequency in the same body. So he goes on giving the script needed and he uses this human frame and resides in each one of you as Atmamurti. So understand, right knowledge does not mean full information. If you read how Krishna took care of Arjuna, if Krishna has revealed everything which is going to happen in the Mahabharata war to Arjuna, nothing would have happened. It would all have been mess. Just seeing all the relatives in front, Arjuna collapsed. How do you think that war would have happened and that collective negativity will be wiped out? And too much of weapons created need to be destroyed in controlled condition. See, Mahabharata war is nothing but destroying all the nukes in controlled condition. Too much nukes built up has happened. Every fellow started having Brahmastra. The knowledge became like open source. And it is dangerous for the humanity. So Krishna creates a controlled condition, a field where he is personally managing and destroying all the weapons. If Krishna told everything that is going to happen, full script of Mahabharata war, Arjuna would not have gone into the war. Dharma, Yudhishthira would not have allowed the whole war. One miss, one information. Karna is the elder brother of Pandavas, is enough. War would not have happened. Because Duryodhana will never resist to put Karna on the throne. And Pandavas will no way bother because they follow the Dharma. They say elder brother gets the throne. Let Karna have the throne. Pandava and Gaurava, the whole conflict would have been dissolved. Then the purpose of removing the Bhubara would not have happened. Ma Guhambananda is writing in YouTube, Swamiji, you healed my muscular degeneration. The doctor says it's a miracle, and in 1 month he has seen 7 months of progress. I saw you doing the non-invasive surgery. Thank you, Swamiji. Guhambananda, just do one thing. Sit and visualize I am occupying your body fully and breathe as I am breathing. That's all. Do this every day for 10 or 15 minutes. Go to doctor, he will say that the whole disease has disappeared. Because the body will be empowered by the Divya Sarira of me, which means Paramashiva. You will simply be healed. Now the miracle you are seeing is because of your feeling connection with me. Now I am giving you the technique also, not just feeling connection, technique also, do it. You will be healed completely.
கந்தா கடம்பா கதிர்வேலா கார்த்திகேயா குமரா குருபரா சிவகுமாரா சிவகாமி சுதனே செந்தில் மாநகர்வாழ் சேவர் கொடியோனே செந்தில் மாநகர்வாழ் சேவர் கொடியோனே சித்தம் கெலாம் நினைந்து சித்தம் கெலாம் நினைந்து நினைந்து உருக சித்தனாய் வந்த நித்யானந்தனே குரு நித்யானந்தனே நித்யானந்தனே
கண்ணில் படும் பொன் வண்ண திருமுகம் சிந்தை தொடும் குரு நித்யன் பலமுகம் உள்ளம் அதில் கந்தன் முகம் இவன்
Listen. Next point about empowering your Divya Sarira. Understanding your life is order in chaos, not just for de-stressing you, but to realize what you call as chaos, everything is your own dimension. Even what you call as a loss, destruction, negativity, collapsing, all that is your own dimension of samhara. If you understand, decide to accept, you are doing srishti, sthiti, samhara, trobhava, anugraha, you are doing all the five. Then you will understand everything happening in your life is an order, not chaos. Please understand, knowing that everything happening in your life is an order is not for de-stressing, not even for living blissfully. It is for realizing you are Paramashiva and everything is multi-dimensions of you, your existence. What you call as positive, what you brand as negative, all this happening in your life is nothing but your own different phases. Hey, you are the samhari. You are the person who do the srishti, creation. You are the person who do the maintenance, sustenance. You are the person who does the samhara. When you understand you are the person who do the samhara, you will know you are doing rejuvenation. And you will know you are the one puts people in delusion, puts things in delusion and pulls them out of delusion. And you are the one who manifests liberation. I am just solidified experience of the truth I revealed now. I am just the effulgence of this intense frequency. of this experience of Divya Sarira, I'll initiate all of you by empowering you all with the same frequency. One by one, I will repeat now these great truths and empower your Divya Sarira. Listen. How you can find I empowered your Divya Sarira, today and tomorrow, next 48 hours, even in your sleep, in the dream, you will be hearing these words. Just intensely going inside your system. That's a proof I am empowering you, initiating you. Sit. You can keep your eyes open. I'm going to repeat step by step these great truths. 1. Your Divya Sarira is your own soul, consciousness, wearing this physical body. Your Divya Sarira is the space where Paramashiva is comfortable. Let your Divya Sarira be empowered, and all the suffocation caused by your physical body and restriction of your existence dissolve in your Divya Sarira. Paramashiva, who gives the right reasons, empowers your causal body with the right cause, convinces you with the right reason for your actions. Let that Paramashiva, ultimate, undeniable existence of that eternal effulgence manifest in all our Divya Sarira. Om, 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 Om Nityananda Paramashivoham. Om Nityananda Paramashivoham. Inhale and exhale deeply for the sake of manifesting Paramashiva in your Divya Sarira. Now you are inhaling and exhaling will make you manifest Paramashiva in your Divya Sarira. Shiva, 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 Shiva. Om, 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 Om. Let Paramashiva manifest in all our Divya Sariras as Atma Murti. Empower us with the right knowledge. Empower us with His powers and compassion. Empower us with the confidence and energy for the long jumps, complete manifestation in the right direction. Shiva, 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 Shiva. Om Shiva, 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 Shiva.
புல்லாகி பூடாய் புழுவாய் மரமாகி பல்விருகமாகி பறவையாய் பாம்பாகி கல்லா மனிதராய் பேயாய் கணங்களாய் வல்லசுரராகி முனிவராய் தேவராய் செல்லாதிந்த இத்தாவர சங்கமத்துள் எல்லா பிறப்பும் பிறந்திழைத்தேன் எம்பெருமான் மெய்யே உன் பொன்னடிகள் கண்டு இன்று வீடுற்றேன் மெய்யே உன் பொன்னடிகள் கண்டு இன்று வீடுற்றேன் கையாளும் ஈசா அற்புரிய திவ்ய சரீரத்தில் வாதின் உன்னை போற்ற வேண்டும் அதனால் திசை கொடு உம்மையாட்கொண்டவா கையாளும் ஈசா அற்புரிய திவ்ய சரீரத்தில் வாதின் உன்னை போற்ற வேண்டும் அதனால் திசை கொடு உம்மையாட்கொண்டவா சிந்தை தெளிவித்தவா வாழ்வுதனை சித்தமயமாக்கவா ஔஷதம் தந்தவா உடல்நிலை விடும் பொறுமை தந்தருளவா சிந்தை தெளிவித்தவா வாழ்வுதனை சித்தமயமாக்கவா ஔஷதம் தந்தவா உடல்நிலை விடும் பொறுமை தந்தருளவா ஊனுயிர் குறைந்திடும் பேருயிரும் நீ அறியவா கையாளும் ஈசா அற்புரிய திவ்ய சரீரத்தில் வாடின் உன்னை போற்ற வேண்டும் அதனால் திசை கொடு எமையாட்கொண்டவா மாற்றமாம் வையகத்தின் தேரே வந்தறிவாம் தேற்றனே தேற்றத் தெளிவே என் சிந்தனையுள் ஊற்றான உன்னாரமுதே இருளது நீங்க தீபமாய் எழுந்த ஜோதி ஸ்வரூபா ஆணவம் அழித்து முக்தி தந்திட மலையாகி நின்ற அருணாச்சலனே மானிட ரூபம் தரித்தவா படைத்து காத்து மறை தழித்து அருளிடவே பரம ஞானம் தன்னை இறை ரூபம் கொண்ட நித்யானந்தனை அருளிடவா ஆதினை வேண்டும் என்று பார்க்கடல் கடைந்த போது அதில் வரும் நஞ்சை உண்டு பக்தரை காத்து நின்றார் சிவ 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 ஓம் நம சிவாய ஓம் ஹர ஹர என தம் படைக்கும் ஓம் சிவ சிவாய ஓம் நம சிவாய ஓம் தகதிமி என தாளம் முழங்கும் நாளும் ஈசா அருள்புரிய நித்ய சரீரத்தில் வாடின் வேண்டும் அதனால் திசை கொடு எம்மையாக் கொண்டவா காட்டில் ஆடிட கண்டேன் காலனை காலார் கடந்தானை கண்டேன் புள்ளி குடைமானின் தோளானை கண்டேன் புலியுரி ஆடை புனிதனை கண்டேன் வெள்ளி பிறை சடையில் சூடிட கண்டேன் வெள்ளி மலை மீது நின்றானை கண்டேன் நந்தி பெருமானின் நாயகன் கண்டேன் நான் மறை வேதநாதனை கண்டேன் கண் தந்து கண்டவா காண கண் தந்தவா காண்கின்ற காட்சியெல்லாம் கைலாயம் தந்தவா ஓம் சிவ சிவ சிவ
let every action, reaction, from breathing to eating to enjoying all the sensory pleasures and actions, let everything empower your Divya Sarira with the power of Paramashiva, with the presence of Paramashiva, with the existence of Paramashiva, with the manifestation of Paramashiva. Om, Om, Om.
முருகா கந்தா கடம்பா கதிர் கார்த்திகேயா குமரா குருபரா சிவகுமாரா சிவகாமி சுதனே செந்தில் மாநகர் வாழ் சேவர் கொடியோனே செந்தில் மாநகர் வாழ் சேவர் கொடியோனே சித்தம் கெலாம் நினைந்து சித்தம் கெலாம் நினைந்து நினைந்து உருக சித்தனாய் வந்த நித்யானந்தனே குரு நித்யானந்தனே நித்யானந்தனே
கண்ணில் படும் பொன் வண்ண திருமுகம் சிந்தை தொடும் குரு நித்யன் பல முகம் உள்ளம் அது கந்தன் முகம் இவன் என நிறைந்தானே ஞானம் தரும் சிவயோக திருமுகம் காண பயம் யாவும் பரந்தோடிடும் பக்தி எனும் சக்தி தடை அருளிடும் பெருமானே வேலும் உண்டு மயிலும் உண்டு வாழ்வினை காத்திட நீ அருகில் உண்டு ஆறிரு கைகள் அணைக்க உண்டு ஆறுமுகன் உண்டு சிவசக்தியின் குமரனை முக்கண்ணன் புதல்வனை தரிசனம் செய்திடுங்கள் கணநாதனின் நிலையவன் கார்த்திகை மைந்தனை கண்ணார கண்டிடுங்கள் சஷ்டியின் நாயகன் பிரணவத்தை உரைத்தவன் கையிலை அமர்ந்த எங்கள் சரவண பவன் சிவசக்தியின் குமரனை முக்கண்ணன் புதல்வனை தரிசனம் செய்திடுங்கள் கணநாதனின் நிலையவன் கார்த்திகை மைந்தனை கண்ணார கண்டிடுங்கள்
கதிர்க்கும் நெற்றியில் குங்குமம் வேலினை போலே தெரிகிறதே. குரல் யாவும் இதயம் நுழைந்து சேவர் கொடி போல் அசைகிறதே. அசைந்தாடும் கண்கள் இரண்டில் மயிலின் நடனம் தெரிகிறதே. அலைந்தாடும் எந்தன் மனமோ அதனை கண்டு குளிர்கிறதே. ஜகம் யாவும் மனிதரின் மனங்கள் தாவியும் ஓடியும் திளைக்கிறதே. கையளவை கடலாய் எண்ணி வாழ்வை தினமும் தொலைக்கிறதே. அவனியில் கிடைத்த அதிசயம் நீயே, இருளை விளக்க வந்த காவியின் தீயே. அவனியில் கிடைத்த அதிசயம் நீயே, இருளை விளக்க வந்த காவியின் தீயே. கண்ணில் படும் பொன் வண்ண திருமுகம் சிந்தை தொடும் குரு நித்தன் பல முகம் உள்ளம் அது கந்தன் முகம் இவன் என நிறைந்தானே. ஞானம் தரும் சிவயோக திருமுகம் காண பயம் யாவும் பரந்தோடிடும். பக்தி எனும் சக்தி தனை அருளிடும் பெருமானே.
அரோகரா அரோகரா வேல் வேல் வெற்றி வேல் 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 வெற்றி வேல் அரோகரா 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 அரோகரா.
குன்றின் மீதிலே குமரனாய் தெரிபவனே. தேவர் வேண்டிட வீரனாகிய சூரனை அழித்தவன் இவனே. குன்றின் மீதிலே குமரனாய் தெரிபவனே. தேவர் வேண்டிட வீரனாகிய சூரனை அழித்தவன் இவனே. கடல் தாண்டி மொழி தாண்டி தமிழ் பேசும் முந்தன் மொழி கேட்டு பல கோடி உயிர் பேசும். கடல் தாண்டி மொழி தாண்டி தமிழ் பேசும் முந்தன் மொழி கேட்டு பல கோடி உயிர் பேசும். காவடி பண்ணி காவடி அதை ஏந்தி ஆடி பாடிட மனமகிழ்ந்திட புடி திளைத்திட மலையேறி வந்து வணங்கிட. மாயோனின் மருகனே தமிழ் காக்கும் தலைவனே. வீரத்தின் புதல்வனே வேல் தாங்கும் வேந்தனே. வேலவா ஷண்முகா கைலையை ஆண்டிடும் நித்தனே பரபரவா. சிவசக்தியின் குமரனை முக்கண்ணன் புதல்வனை தரிசனம் செய்திடுங்கள். கணநாதனின் இளையவன் கார்த்திகை மைந்தனை கண்ணார கண்டிடுங்கள்.
பெருமானே அருளிடும் பெருமானே பெருமானே.
Oh, let all our existence be empowered by Paramashiva. I bless you all. Let's all radiate with integrity, authenticity, responsibility, enriching, causing, living Shuddha-Advaita Saivam. The state, space, powers, being, superconsciousness, and Kailasa of Paramashiva. Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. The eternal bliss, Nithyananda. Thank you. Be blissful.
हर 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 महादेव नित्यानंद शिव शिव परमशिवा. Nityananda is his name, he's the avatar, he's in the oneness plane, he's the
आंखों पे हर बाधा हटा कर सब दूर दूर जो है कह जाएंगे कि सब देख